Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the RL Ireland x DCC Gamerfest Qualifiers. And we are going to have an absolutely ginormous match for ourselves today. And I am your host, D Lynch, and I am joined by my co-host, Gluzzer.
Hello.
Welcome.
Looking forward to the matches today. Starting off a banger of a match, Keeping 11 versus Tomster, Panda, and Shane.
Yeah, no, it's going to be an absolute match of ginormous repercussions, because whoever ends up winning this game, Gluzzer, will be qualifying for the Gamerfest LAN final. And again, we have two extraordinary teams there as we start off with a super early goal by Kieran, and the probably favourite team, showing why they are large and in charge.
I'm not in the lottery unit there. Dermot.
But look, either way, kick-off goal, nothing too much to worry about so far for TPS, but they will have to be on absolute peak performance if they really want to give this a good showing to be able to win this, because as we've seen, multiple day 2, day 3 players in this Keeping 11 side, and it's going to be very tough for TPS.
It is a hard match, definitely. Seeing Panda and Tomster team up, the new set of teammates, and Shane is definitely not a bad player himself either. I do think they stand a chance, though it's hard to say Keeping 11 are the favourites.
That is correct indeed. It's going to be very hard to see, but again, after that kick-off goal, it has kind of started to slow down a bit. Neither team kind of taking too much control. But then again, we say that there's so much experience on both sides of the pitch. This ginormous high-level lobby coming on here. Like Tomster, again, we all know many tournament finals, many stuff indeed. Panda, multiple-time LAN winner, and then obviously Shane, unbelievable player in his own right. Yeah. Doing very well recently in the French LAN, of all things.
Yeah, he was playing in the French lands. I saw that. Pretty impressive. He got to, quarterfinals, I believe. He also played a few other tournaments with his French teammates. So, maybe the French stuff has applied to him. Let's see if that a French skill is transferred over to the TD man.
Yeah, TD indeed, being one of that prestigious colleges that we've seen throughout his time in the collegiate scene. Being almost one of the favourites though, and the game has been tied up by, speaking of the man, coming up in the biggest of hours, it is Shane to equalise for TPS.
And he gets the touch in the corner and just gets it under Kieran. Shane manages to sneak it in near post. That is a brilliant run of play. They managed to score, not against the tie necessarily, but off at least a good round of pressure from them, and it shows that they could come back from that first goal down. We may see Keeping 11 as the favourites, but I don't think Tomster, Shane and Panda see themselves as the underdogs.
No, definitely not. They might see themselves as they have the belief. I think they have the belief that they can do this because they know all three of these players quite well. They've obviously played against them many a time before in the past, and it is one ginormous super team versus
the only real unknown is maybe Shark. One of a relatively young man, not around too long in the RLI scene, but he had that opening debut performance at the DCC LAN, in which he got his team to the final and played superb while doing so. Now he's on the ball, can't get it past the goalkeeper.
Indeed, and then they, especially this whole team, I suppose, Shark and Kieran and Shallow, but definitely no Shark after dropping an MVP LAN performance on them at DCC. And speaking of the man himself, Shark, a beautiful goal here. A little fakes at the defender and sneaks it just past in between Panda and Tomster. And again, whenever we start praising one player, Gluzzer, they ended up scoring.
That is true. This Shark guy is special. He's just his speed is insane. You can tell he's a rank 2 demon. And the goal is open. I don't even know what happened here. Seemingly off kickoff, Shane manages to just catch a double commit off from, I believe, Shane and Shallow, or Kieran and Shark and Shallow, sorry. And it's just a mistake. And these mistakes will be punished by Shane, Thompson, and Panda.
Yeah, keeping it lemon, maybe not necessarily realizing how caught out in defense they were, and then Tomster with a quick little beat leaves his teammates in 2v1, and this has probably been a lot closer of a game one than might have been first anticipated, but we'll have to keep it going to see how this turns out, because it's still all level at the moment, as we see Shane trying to make something happen, but Kieran looking for the forward pass, but Tomster again, brilliantly, always seems to be at the right place at the right time, does it?
He is. It's this, we see Kieran get the intercept there, but Thompson, he's been cutting them apart with his passes and his 50s and his demos. He's really giving a fight to keeping a lemon. He may not be on the most points, but he's definitely been arguably the most impactful for blue team. And the managed to not get it far.
Yeah, no, Panda does enough well to buy some time for his team though, but Tomster doing what he does ever so brilliantly. He is annoying the other team, and he's just trying to buy as much time for his team as possible. He may be awkward, but if he can buy enough time for his teammates, it's definitely a lot better than all three of them being awkward and potentially losing their lead. Or conceding the lead. Let's see here though. Ooh.
Just can't get it on target, not enough boost in Panda's tank. Shallow manages to get it back, Shark takes the ball in the corner, but Tomster with an uncharacteristic whiff, and Shallow breaks out the counter attack. Just not enough boost in the tank to get it around. And Blue managed to keep it clear, at least for now. Kieran gets it over too. Just can't sneak it in.
No, the double commit could come back to bite them, but we see there Shane as a pass, but that's a great save by Shane on the line. If a shot straight at him, and it doesn't go in, and that has to be a chance that would be rude by keeping it lemon, and you have to say that TPS really got off the hook there, Guzzer.
Shane just gets an incredible recovery, and now it seems like we're going to head to OT. I don't think Blue want to go there. TPS just can't get it in, and sure, the ball hits the ground. Game 1 going to overtime.
Oh, what a way to start off this qualification match for the Land Grand Finals at Gamerfest. Going to an overtime. If this is anything to tell us what this best of 7 is going to look like, we are in for one hell of an evening, Guzzer. As we see though, Tomster trying to get the sidewall read, can't. Only as far as his teammate Shane though. That is great cut out by a Shark, trying to use those mechanics and put his team back on offense straight away.
Kieran manages to get the ball in the midfield. Shane with the demo, and Panda just collects it. He's low boost, and there's 2 in the corner. All of Orange team, they seem to be panicking a little bit. There's been a few double commits coming out. We've got to wonder, are the nerves getting to them? They might not feel like they should be going to overtime against a team like this, and that they are just on paper the much better squad, but we have seen mistakes, and we've seen TPS attack on these mistakes. And as the ball goes towards their net, Panda manages to just get it clear.
That was good that Panda was there to bail out his teammate. Shane was a bit awkward, caught reversing. Tomster early challenges it quickly, but he's left Shark in the 1v1 situation with mechanics. He can't make anything happen, but Shark still stays on the ball. He's showing to be absolutely dangerous here, Guzzer.
You just cannot give Shark space. He's a very, very mechanical man, and he knows what to do when he gets the space. His mechanics are arguably the best in the lobby, if not some of the best in Ireland. And they get the clear down the pitch, and Shane manages to take the ball into his corner. Fakes out Kieran, but Shallow is there. The ball comes centre. Tomster out to Shark. Shark gets it centre. No fear from TPS, and maybe even a counter attack. Tomster with the first fake on Kieran. Shallow with the 50. And it seems like Tomster was caught out of position. Brings it to his own corner, and it's just safety.
That was a great intercept by Shallow. He's just showing that plethora of experience that he has to be in the right place at the right time. And again, it might not necessarily be about who makes that 1 goal opportunity, but it might be about who makes the least mistakes in this overtime, as everyone might be playing a bit nervous. But Tomster, he pops up when it matters most, and TPS take game number 1.
It seemed somewhat against the run of play. Shark just whiffs it on the side wall or on the back wall, and Tomster slots it behind Shallow. That's a game 1 for TPS. That's hopefully how they want to see the series go. If they can take these OTs, can take these games, these close games, can play them close, they have a relatively solid shot at winning the series.
They really do. That was a lot closer than it might have anticipated before the series started, but it's going to be interesting to see, do do these friendly rivalries going to have any impact here? As we see Tomster, he is a CRL 2023 Worlds contender, so it's going to be very interesting to see how he goes up with his fellow Setu teammate, Shallow, who also competed at Worlds last year on that Setu roster with Solo. And again, a new Setu boy this year in Panda, following on the team there. So all these players know each other really well, and it's probably going to add to a bit of rivalry / not want drive up their motivation.
Yeah, I mean, we see all of Team Blue, TPS, are all very well known in the Irish collegiate scene. Shane on TUD, Tomster and Panda. Panda being the new rookie on Setu. Tomster obviously being on the historic Setu lower bracket run in last chance qualifiers last year. However, the only one who we really we see Shallow and Shark also not in CRL. You know, Rob Kiernan being the only one really to start making waves in a lot of RLCS. And Shark, on the other hand, being more just a rank 2's grinder.
Yeah, you would indeed say that Shark is that new kind of up-and-comer to the scene, to see how this goes, and if he can replicate any bit of the form that he had in that GCC LAN final, he will really be a force to recommend for this TPS side. And then again, we're seeing it's reminiscent of game number 1. It's very close early on as we see a counter-attack opportunity, but no. And still all even after a minute.
We do see Keeping a Lemon manage to just... They're very calm on defense, which is something we didn't really see last game. You know, it kind of seemed that they were panicking, and that's all was costing them. Maybe the nerves have been calmed after game 1, and you know, maybe that might mean a shifting of the tide this game, with hopefully an equaliser for them in the series score. And we see that with Kiernan just kept out. A double commit on defense. Kiernan just can't do anything with it.
That was an absolutely ginormous touch for Tomster to make sure he kept the ball out of the net and stop this Keeping Lemon side from scoring. But again, it's been so close this series right now. It's been a lot closer than people might have given it credit for before the series, as we said a few times now at this stage. But Shark trying to make something happen. Shane, right place, right time. And that's a great shot by Kieran, and the ball bounces made it. He's just first to react, he's quick and stop. And that is a beautifully capitalised goal by Kieran.
Panda just not seeming to have the boost. And Kieran slots that top left with speed, getting it around Tomster. There's not much they can do there. They were caught out, the pressure was against them. And they've been managing to deal with this pressure so far, but when you let a team like Keeping a Lemon have that much pressure, they are bound to score. We need to see how TPS respond to this.
Indeed, it's all about how you react to something when it happens. Because then again, at this high level of Rocket League, all the mechanics are all going to be very good. They're all going to be able to do exactly what they want with the ball. So it's then going to be how does one react, how does one play the mental game, how do they react when they're potentially losing. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this goes. You see Shallow being very quick on the ball, trying to use those mechanics he has, but only as far as Panda, who positions brilliantly.
We have seen sometimes Orange team just not with the great cohesion. You know, Shallow's bringing it down the left, and I saw Shark on the right, and Kieran was not centre. It seems like they were attacking without real end product or end goal. And we've seen with Blue that even if they are, you know, taking pressure more often, their structure seems to be there more. And, you know, that is probably the reason of which they won game 1. And we see the shot come on, Shane with the counter attack, and Shark gets it clear.
Yeah, I would agree. TPS just seem to be a bit more of a cohesive and team unit right now than compared to Keeping 11, who are acting as if they're a bit more just individuals rather than necessarily a cohesive team unit. And again, Tomster and Panda currently teaming as they team up there to score this goal for Setu, and it really shows off that chemistry connection right there.
Tomster just gets the dunk, and Panda is there centre, ready to slot it into the empty net. Keeping a Lemon caught out again. 1 minute 34 left, and we have another draw. Will this one also go to overtime? That's the question.
Only time will tell, Guzzler, as we see Shallow brilliant making his use of time, but he only just gives the ball away to Panda, who now can do whatever he wants with it. Trying to get the ball infield with Shark. Intercepts it beautifully. I mean, a bit of a... Tomster might like to call it a fake, but a bit of a backflip opportunity there, and possession, just pass straight back to keeping it lemon. Shark gets past the ball, tries to show off his mechanics, but can't. He finds the connection with the double tap, but just can't find the target. Tomster pass in his field, and we're trying to find a pass against the Panda, and they are really trying to find these passing plays and just show that they're a bit of a cohesive unit. So
I think we just see this this TPS team show their structure. You know, Tomster makes has a backflip or has this great fake, and even if it's a mistake, the blue team are just there to capitalize, and Tomster cannot sneak it into the net. Will Kieran be able to start the counter attack? He gets it over 2, but again, someone from TPS is there to stop it. Tomster puts it centre. Shark right there to catch. He'll want to start his own little play. He gets it over 1. Will he get it to second? He will. Panda with the read. Shallow just can't do anything with it. Plays it into the corner.
now, my 15 seconds remaining on the clock. Unless we can see a bit of magic by any of the Setu boys here, or maybe Rob Kiernan, it will be going to overtime. And that's a brilliant save by Tomster, who saves that brilliant double tap effort by Kiernan. And look, either side will be just hoping for overtime at this moment. But Tomster looks like he's trying to put it to the ground. Kiernan manages to keep it up. Shane forces it to the ground, and we're going to OT.
This is what TPS want. They want the games to be played close. They back their experience, you know. Shark isn't, and that's exactly what we mean off kickoff. Tomster with the goal out of basically nowhere. Shark caught out in 1v2. Shane gets it around him, and there's no one back in net. Tomster scores the open net. Both of TPS's goals coming from a relatively similar manner, a pass from the left into an open net, with no third man from keeping a lemon.
Shark caught in that kind of third man position. He hasn't bought enough time for his team, or Shallow maybe hasn't got back quick enough, but he needs to buy a slight bit more time for his team. He doesn't, and the net is just wide open. And you know, game 1, you might bet a bit down to nerves, or let's say might not play his best against them straight away. But TPS, they're really showing us just how good they really are. Been 2-0 up in this series so far, and a lot of pressure must be being put on this keeping it lemon side right now, because if they lose this next game, they'll be facing a sweep and just potentially being knocked down to this lower bracket. So TPS have just been brilliant so far, Glozer.
We've got to say it's partly due to the TPS experience. You know, all these players have played together, and you know, keeping a lemon, relatively new squad. Kieran and Shallow may have played a lot together, but they brought in Shark, who has looked very good. But maybe it's just that these little bit of connections that they just don't have, and they're just not able to connect as well. And it's what TPS are doing there. They're playing more structured, they're playing more organized, they're playing for each other more, and they're winning because of it.
Yeah, no, they definitely have been acting a lot more as a cohesive team unit and just showing that they're working for each other a lot better. As you see though, Tomster gets back just in time for Panda to bring this ball forward, and they're trying to find each other, they're trying to use each other a lot more. If one player is back in defense alone, he will buy as much time as possible for his team, and it is just really showing. Let's see though, Shane booms the ball forward only as far as Kieran. You can find it Shallow, who's going to try and make some magic happen, but when he finds it as far as Tomster.
This is what we're seeing from TPS. Their defense has just been so well structured, and you know, keeping a lemon has had the pressure for a large part of these games, and TPS are accepting it. They know they're probably not as mechanical or not as fast, but they have the structure, they have the ability themselves, and we see a shot come out from Shane, just not able to get it under the bar. What can Shark do with it now? He's on 0 boost, just not able to get much going from it.
That was a big chance missed by TPS, and if the defender in net was caught very awkward, and if he had a man middle, it was a goal just waiting to be scored. As we've seen Shark trying to make a nuisance of himself, but Tomster able to dribble this ball up the field beautifully. Buy some time with Panda, trying to get the read off the corner, can make something happen, but only finds it as far as Shark. But Kieran taking a pop shot on net. They can't really do much. They're showing some threat, this keeping it 11 side, but they're not really creating high scoring opportunities, as you might call it, high probability.
They both double commit for TPS's left boost, and then Shallow comes in, and him and Shark clash heads. it's this lack of cohesion that is breaking this team apart. However, their quality is keeping them in this series. You know, we say TPS want the overtimes, they want the close games, but you know, why shouldn't keeping it Lemon? They see themselves as the better trio, and we probably see Shark go for the sidewall. Just can't really do much with it. Tomster doesn't get much of a clear, and Shane will try and pass it to him. Will he take the shot or will he pay for the pass? Panda's there. Panda scores!
That is an absolutely unbelievable shot by Panda. Shane gets the clear downfield. He finds it to Tomster. Tomster puts it infield, and the Setu connection once again. And if I didn't believe my eyes, I say we might be seeing a bit of a TUD to Setu transfer anytime soon here.
TUD and Setu, the two top dogs in Irish Collegiate, and they're cut apart by Shark. A man still doing his leader start. It's here, and it's easy, you know, just through mistake. I don't even know what happened, to be honest. It seems as if the kickoff they paid the kill. One of them just couldn't connect on the 50, and Shark just comes in. Easiest goal he'll ever get.
Yeah, just with the kickoff goal, which is very unfortunate after how hard they worked. And that is a great goal by Shane. Panda finds it to the backboard, hits it infield, and Shane brilliantly places it around the two scrambling defenders. And TPS are again ahead in this game, Guzzler.
Keeping a Lemon, all three of them in their back left corner. But Panda with a great read of Shark's touch. Absolutely smashes it into the backboard, and Shane is there to bury it. Got to wonder what is going on in this keeping it Lemon's comms right now. What are they thinking to themselves? I just don't know.
It will be tough indeed to think exactly how this keeping it Lemon side will be feeling, but TPS, they know the job is far from done, but they are doing everything they need right now to potentially have this. But though, oh, that's brilliant by Rob. Shark gets the tiny touch at the end. Rob might be not necessarily happy about that, but a bit of a double commit on the TPS side, and Rob left in a 1v1 situation with Tomster. And as we know, Kieran, has a lot of experience in high-level 1v1.
Just gets it over the defender, and the bump on last. Shark, you know, call him a poacher. I feel like an early Haaland goal, you know. Get the tap in. Not his own goal, really. All the work done by Rob Kiernan. And we see the pass out to Shallow. Panda gets it around both, and is this a goal-scoring opportunity? Tomster off the backboard. Shane's there to read, but Shark is there to get it out.
Indeed, the ball finds Tomster in the midfield. Shane tries to get the fake on Kieran, but he is not buying it whatsoever. He sticks to the ball. And we see a big demo going through there by Kieran. And Shallow capitalizes in the open net. And Kieran is a man on a mission. He is possessed like a demon right now, trying to get his team back in this series.
It's great pressure on the back left corner. Panda just can't get it out. Kieran gets it centre, and with an incredibly smart demo, this is what we need to see from keeping a Lemon, you know. Making sure that they break down the opposition, that they get these demos, they get these bumps, they get these passes, and they hopefully for them get the wins.
Again, this is the first time they've taken a lead in this game right now. Kieran in another 1v1 opportunity, but Tomster reads the ball beautifully. And there's still just under a minute left. CPS, they will have to fight hard to get into the back of this series right now.
You just see the ball go to Kieran as he's playing a fast ball down the left. Shark is there to play his second man. He's a bit slow and he pops the ball up. Shallow should be there to collect. However, Shane is ready to play that touch, and he plays the 50 with Shark. Shallow comes in, gets it around one, and Panda there to collect. We've seen a lot of this game come down to these 50s and these clears, you know. The pressure, you know, playing the touches, having a team try and just break out, and we just can't see Shallow get the ball in the net. Kieran on the shot, and Shane there to save. They're off the Panda at the 50. The ball is near the ground, but for TPS they hope that it doesn't hit, and keeping a Lemon take their first game of the series.
Taking their first game to make it 2-1 to TPS, and that is going to be very interesting to see how the rest of the remainder of the series plays out, because You'd have to say TPS, majority of the game were probably the more dominant side, but again, a few moments of inspiration by Kieran to really create some easy goals for his teammates, and it is going to be interesting to see how do TPS come back now after losing that game. Do they still have the hope? Is it still there for them, or could they potentially maybe be a bit down after believing they should have won that game?
We can really see the TPS defensives, how defensive they were that game. 8 saves, 3 goals, 3 goals conceded. They found it hard to break out of that their half, and it was a great play from keeping it lemon. Kieran definitely did contribute. He stepped up a lot that game. Shark also getting 2 goals for himself and shallow scoring. It's a hard one to question for TPS. You have to hope they keep the head on the shoulders. That is really their best bet when it comes to winning this series.
It is indeed, but only time will tell. As we see Panda try to get a little crazy redirect off on that, but he can't. Topster tries to bump shallow. He gets it there. That's a brilliant by Topster to get the ball infield for Shane. He tries to find the double tap off the corner, but instead he just flies way past it, bumps shallow, and that's easy as you like for Shane.
He manages to hit the ball into the corner, bump the defender, and off the bump tap it down to Shane. That is either incredibly calculated or incredibly lucky. I'm going to go with calculated. And Panda gets it on target again. Kieran with the clear. Shane is there to play the 50, gets it around 1, and Shark is there to pop it to the wall.
I feel like anything Topster will do in this game is extremely calculated. He is that smart type of player. Obviously, we know he has the mechanics, but he also has the brains alongside it to just figure out what he needs to do at any given moment. Just see Kieran sees the defender up, decides to leave it, and Shark tries to find the ball mid. Topster ends up challenging quickly and buying as much time for his team as possible. And opening minute, it's a great start for TPS, Guzza.
We have seen keeping a lemon with definitely a lot less pressure, and as I say that, the ball goes towards their net. Kieran just can't get it on target. That was in if he could. Shark is there in the corner. He's low on boost, however, and Panda gets it centre. Topster will be there to collect and bang it away. I was keeping a lemon side. They have a lot less pressure this game than they have in the previous. They have 2 shots, both coming from Kieran. It seems like they just need to try and string some attacks together, try and keep these mechanics, control the boost a bit more on the pitch, and hopefully outstar Blue, catch them out throughout plays and mistakes, and just see what they can do. As we see Shane try and air dribble it away into the 50. Shark gets it centre and he 50s it, just can't get good touch, and Kieran brings it up centre into the sky. He's 0 himself, and Shark is there to play off it. No defender in net for TPS. Shark equalises with 2 minutes in.
Yeah, Panda just gets faked out by Kieran. He was the last defender. He needs to get a touch there, and Shark capitalising the great move by Kieran and equalising this game, and we still have one hell of a series on our hands as we see a bit of kick-off shenanigans going on, but the defender, Shallow, just in time. I thought I was going to see another kick-off goal in this series. That's a great 50 by Panda straight into the midfield. And again, the Panda-Topster connection. It is electrifying right now.
Topster slots that perfectly bottom left. Shallow just can't get the touch to it. They take the lead again. It's very quick off the last goal. This is probably disheartening for keeping a lemon. They concede early on. They then put together 1 minute 30 where they are trying to play offensive, and just as they score, within 20 seconds they concede again. And it is the question, can keeping a lemon keep their head on their shoulders is the most important thing. And as we see a team bump come out, and Topster's just there to collect, Kieran in there to get the clear, and Panda will be there in the back left corner. He taps it centre, and a demo coming out. Shark off the corner. It's not in, but Kieran's there, and Kieran scores off Shane's touch. Shark with an absolutely dying centre gets it around Shane off the corner and flicks it in top left. Shallow with the double demo. What a play from keeping a lemon.
I love the idea of it, Banda trying to get that ball in field, just quick counter attack, but Shane just wasn't ready in time, and the two, as you said, the 2 demos come out, and it's unfortunate for Shane, who rushes back and can get a touch, but only straight into Kieran's nose. And it's equalized this game once again, and oh, we are having one serious game on our hands. 2-2 with 2 minutes remaining.
It just seems like when TPS take the lead, they struggle to hold it. They maybe become too confident or too calm and forget the prowess and power coming out from keeping a lemon. As we see Kieran get the save and clear, and Panda's there to collect. They just can't get it on target, and you have to think, are they better playing from a draw? Getting those overtimes, getting those, maybe even playing from behind a little bit. It's hard to say really, but keeping a lemon have managed to equalize twice this game, and could we see another OT, a third OT this series? And just keeping a lemon can't get anything off that attack.
See Thompson trying to go for another bump again, and Panda, nearly hands it straight to Shark, but the defender gets a solid touch just in time, otherwise there's almost certainly a free goal, and Shane controlling it beautifully, but can't make much happen, and we are seeing some serious high level gameplay right here with both sides. Maybe having to try a few different things to what they're used to, what they prefer to do, because as we were saying earlier, all these players know each other, they all know exactly what they're good at, and maybe has a good read on exactly what they might do.
Shallow with the smart play down the wall. I do love those chain dashes. They give you the momentum, they give you the speed, and they don't take any boost with it. You see Panda awkward in his own corner, and Shark is there to take the 50. Shane, however, will take the ball in centre. He gets the reset, he gets it over one. Shallow is there to collect. Can we see a counter-attack come out now? Shark is going for the demo. He gets it. Shallow into the double. He just can't get it on target. Well, what do we see now? 20 seconds left before overtime. Or maybe, if a goal comes out, the end of the game.
Who knows indeed, but if we going off previous history here, TPS do have the better track history in overtime. So it'll be keeping Lemon not wanting to send us to overtime. But it has gone to overtime in game number 4, and as I was saying, Loser, TPS, they have the better track record with overtime so far this series.
They do. They won the game 1 and game 2 through an overtime. Game 2 through a kickoff goal in overtime, and you've got to think that now that Keeping It Lemon have managed to survive that opening 10 seconds, that maybe they feel a little bit more comfortable and calm in this OT. Tomster takes a double 50, it's around Panda, but Shane gets the clear. Kieran is there to read it.
Yeah, indeed. And it's going to be interesting to see as we see a quick shot on target by Shane, and that is it, and Shane has caught Shallow out on defense with the long shot, and crossbar down from Shane. That is absolutely brilliant, nothing the defender can do, and TPS against the wave, against the current, 3-1 up in this series. They need one more game, Glazer, to take that spot for this.
Is unexpected, to say the least. As much as we do rate TPS, they were definitely the underdog to some extent coming into this series, and we see them do the same play they've been doing all series. The pass center, either against just a third man or nobody home, and Tomster's the one passing it again. He's been the glue of this team. He's been the man to get the assists, to be involved on attack, and keep the team alive on defense.
Yeah, Tomster has really been a man possessed so far, and he's been working extremely well with his teammates. But I do think Shane has been kind of going. Obviously, he scored the winning goal there, and doing his part as well. But maybe going a small bit silent compared to his two teammates in a good way, doing the little stuff which might not get as much recognition as the constant passing plays, chemistry between the set two boys.
Yeah, Shane is definitely there to clean up and collect and play defense and play a second or third man role. Kieran gets the clear, and Panda is there to collect it. He gets his back corner boost, but Kieran fakes it under. He just can't get it through. If I'm keeping a lemon, I feel like these first minute might be a very, very important part of this game. Can they get an early lead? Can they build momentum? Can they get pressure? The longer the play goes on, the more TPS might have control and might get comfortable. And as we see the ball from the corner, Panda just can't sneak it in off the post, and keeping a lemon are happy to survive that one.
They are indeed. They'll be happy to not be down in the series. But then again, we see a beautiful touch by Topster, and as we've seen so many times in this series, TPS love playing when it's drawing. They love just being equal at the moment, and maybe making keeping it lemon start to sweat a bit and try and force plays out of them, which allows them to capitalize. As we see a great pass by Topster, but nothing can come of it, unfortunately.
I feel Keeping It Lemon just need to start going for those demos, need to start going for those team plays, those fakes, those passes, the things that have been what have been getting them goals. And as we see the pass off the corner, Kieran is there to beat the defender, Tomster, and he slots it in. Goal within a minute, just over a minute in. Keeping It Lemon, what are winning?
Yeah, it becomes a small bit off Tomster's car, I see, but then again, chance has to be taken when they're ready, and that was absolutely brilliant by Kieran again. Kieran, we're on about Tomster and Shane being possessed and doing really well for their team. We have to say Kieran on the opposite side has been absolutely brilliant, as we see there though. Shark capitalizes quickly on the counter attack. 2-0 to Keeping It Lemon.
What a pass by Shallow, a great hard clear, and TPS are just caught out, no one home. Shark buries it as easy as he likes.
Easy as you like, and oh, if anything we've learned though, you can never count this TPS side out. We've seen they can create a goal from just about any situation on the pitch so far. Because that's a great demo. And Shane fakes under one in the 1v1 situation, but Shark just does enough.
Shark has looked pretty good this series, I think, to give him more credit than maybe you originally are. And as I say that, Shane is there to bury it, bottom left. Panda gets it over one and takes the 50 with Shallow, and just neither Kieran nor Shark are there to make the save.
That was absolutely brilliant by Panda. Keep control of the ball, getting a clever, dedicated 50. But we see potential kickoff goal shenanigans in the goal. Tomster couldn't do anything, but that is just absolutely perfect as it is. Still, only one goal down the series, goes there.
This is the question with Keeping It Lemon, you know. Can they keep a lead, you know? They haven't really been playing from an extreme lead any of the games. You know, most games have been 1-2 goal games. 3 of the games have gone overtime. The question is can Keeping It Lemon, if they form the 2-goal lead, can they win? And they're lucky to survive that one. Shark just with the missed touch, and Shane can't sneak it in the near post.
I think we'll count it as some interesting shenanigans and maneuvers by Shark more than anything. Could be a simple mistouch, but we like to believe that every touch these players have is intentional. As we see though, Panda tries to go under but get bumped out of the way, and Shark sprinting this ball forward, trying to progress it downfield and on the transition, but only as far as Shane, who can't get a good 50 with Kieran. But Panda again is just there on defense to swipe up and just kind of take away any dangerous opportunity that Keeping It Lemon might have.
And TPS have been on the back foot for this period of time. They have looked comfortable though, and you know, you've got to assume their communication must be clean. But as I say that, Shane comes flying past the ball. Shark's there for the pass, and they can't get it under. Will Shadow get their time? No. Tomster takes it away. Gets the hard clear, and TPS posture again. Try and take the time they have to get boost. And we see the counter, the shot, the goal from Panda to Shane. What a goal.
I have no words. That was just brilliant by Panda. I thought he was maybe going to take control on the backboard, but no. That was a brilliant pass and an absolute stonker of a shot by Shane. And they've come back from 2-0 down this game, and the pressure's really being driven up to max now for Keeping It Lemon.
That is the thing with Keeping It Lemon. They were 2 goals up at the start of this game, and it's now 2-2 with a minute left. It's hard to say what the fault is. You know, they just don't seem to be able to. You know, they get caught out a lot. It seems really their defense is sometimes non-existent, and you know, TPS will happily take that.
They will indeed. As we see Tomster trying to get a good flick off, but no, only as far as Kieran. but can't get the double tap. Shane finds a shot on target. Was brilliant by the defender. That's a bit of a double commit there. Tomster can't do anything though, and Shallow cuts out the interception. And you have to take a TPS. That was a golden opportunity of chances, and can they make something happen now? This is Shane, the shot on target, but only a fair shot.
We saw a mistake in rotation there. I believe it was Panda and Tomster clanging into each other. And 10 seconds left.
Oh,
that is painful for TPS.
That's very painful for TPS, as Kieran doesn't really do anything with the ball, and both the defenders just kind of watch him. They don't go do anything. They don't get any crucial touch, and they're left awkward. And you have to say, TPS must be really... Oh, that really does have to hurt the mental there, that goal in particular.
This game does rely on 0 seconds. And keeping a lemon, they just want to end it now, take their win, and we see them do it. 3-2 in the series. It is as close as it gets.
It really is as close as any series gets right now, and the only thing that could probably make this any bit closer is if Keeping It 11 won this next game, but TPS will be doing everything in their power to make sure that doesn't happen, Glazer.
TPS might feel disheartened to go to a game 7, but if they don't, if they can accept that it's happening, I do feel like I back them in it. You know, they have a lot of experience on that team. Tomster has made the very famous lower bracket run in the last chance quals for CRL. Panda has played at many lands, and so has Shane, and we just got to assume that these guys can keep that head on their shoulders and can win the series.
That's all we can do. We can just hope and see. Find out soon what's going to happen and who is going to secure that qualification from this upper bracket to the RL Ireland X Gamerfest LAN at the RDS in Dublin. We'll find out now as Panda taking control. Shallow cuts out though brilliantly, and how do you see this game going, Glazer? How do you see the remainder of the series playing out?
I see it as close. I do rate this TPS roster. They've looked really good defensively, and they've had their amazing offensive plays. My fear with Keeping 11 is just what happens when they go overtime. You know, can they string together these attacks? They've looked really good many a time. And it does seem like a lot of their goals come from outplays. However, I do say that, and it comes from an uncharacteristic whiff, it seems. Shark smashes it into the backboard, and neither Shane nor Panda get to the ball. Shane just misted it, and Kieran is there to slot it near post.
A very uncharacteristic mistake by Shane. Just allows the easy open net, as we see maybe the kickoff shenanigans happening, but no. Then again, might be for TPS, but no. It'll be interesting to see how they come back, because that really does have to hurt, like putting a bit of doubt in your mind as soon as you make a simple enough mistake like that, as Shane has just done.
Yeah, it is something you have to wonder how will they respond if it does go game 7, if they do fall behind this game, especially if it's a large scoreline this game and a large defeat. Can they regain? I would like to think they can. I don't think this game is going to rely on, on these mental battles. And we even see it there. It almost seemed like they were caught out a little bit. TPS, however, do get the ball out.
They do indeed, but only as far as Shallow and co of Keeping It 11 will really be trying just hold up this lead and kind of bait in almost TPS to try and capitalize quickly on the counter attack, which that is what they've been strong with. Oh, that is a miss on the side by Panda, but quick counter attack by Kieran, and Kieran is the last person on that team you want to be seeing and driving forward in those 1v1 opportunities.
We see Shark press up on Shane. This is a game where we have seen a lot of just hard fears coming out from TPS, and while they're okay taking in this pressure, really where they seem to almost lure Keeping 11 to a false sense of security, where they then play a very clean passing style of play, and as we see it come out now, Tomster just can't get anything with it. Keeping 11 do anything here. Can TPS keep up the pressure?
And it seems like neither option is happening right now. And oh, that was almost brilliant play by TPS, but can't make anything happen, unfortunately. As Shane beats Kiernan on the defensive side, but on his first Shark, who's going to do it all and make everything look happen. As we see, he finds the ball falling there, and it's just incredible how they're able to read these plays. I see a rather slow shot go underneath, and that's a great goal by Shallow. He just happens to get underneath the last defender in Shane. And
what a play from all three of them. Shark with the interception, Shallow with the pass, and Kiernan with the slot.
it is absolutely incredible though. But oh, sorry, as I nearly knocked my microphone over. But that, just in awe of that kickoff goal by Thompson, getting them straight back in this game. I just nearly threw my microphone off the desk.
These kickoff goals have been a strong part of the series. You've seen multiple coming out from both sides. It must be somewhat disheartening, but you've got to hope that these players, they're high level. They must have experienced this enough by now. They know how to regain off of it. We see Shallow get the ball off to the Shark. He gets the redirect. Tomster's there to read it. And a bump makes Shark awkward. You see Panda get the ball on the sidewall, and Shark collects. He hits the ball into the sidewall trying to get a double, but he just can't, and the double commit comes out from keeping a lemon. We have seen these bangs against the, towards their defense, and it seems like they're getting caught out a little bit from these double commits, and you've got to worry, what happens, what happens when it does happen. Like, is this TPS's only strategy of attack? And, can keeping a lemon just keep the structure a little better than it has been so far this series?
That is a question only time can tell, as we see Shane try to get the double, but can nothing happen. They're doing a good bit of pressure right now in the other half, but can't make anything happen as Thompson are caught alone on defense, and that's a critical touch he needs to make happen. With 40 seconds remaining, down by 1 goal, Thompson now left in a 1v1 opportunity, but Shark dives instantly. I can't make anything happen.
See Panda get the 50 on his goal line. 30 seconds. TPS are going to have to force the issue here a bit more. They've kind of coasted off misplays from keeping a lemon. Now they're really going to have to go for some outplays. Panda manages to beat Shark to the ball. What can he do with it? Tomster gets the 50. He goes for the bump. Shallow manages to survive it, but somehow keeping a lemon have kept it out.
I'm not sure how they managed to keep this out, but Tomster playing risky business, sending it towards the ground with 2 seconds remaining. But that's looking like it's being kept up just in time. Shark is up. He wants to add another to his total. He's not just content with the 1. And that's a brilliant save by Tomster, but the ball just gets hit to the ground, and we are going to game 7, Closer.
Going to game 7 indeed. You win this, you are on your way to Gamerfest. You lose and you face the lower bracket. I think both teams, while maybe backing themselves in the lower bracket, want to get there from now. We'll
find out.
We will find out in this game 7. Will TPS manage to fend off the gentleman's reverse sweep, the 3-1 comeback, or will they manage to, or will will Keeping a Lemon manage to make this extraordinary comeback and show why they will be the first seed going into that Gamerfest land?
My head is telling me to go Keep It Lemon. They have the momentum going ahead, but my heart is telling me TPS. I don't know about you guys, but I think TPS can do this.
I think they can as well. I mean, I've seen a great performance from Shane, Tomster, and Panda all at their time. Shane was probably a little bit more quiet last game, and I think when we see Shark confident and Kiernan confident, Keeping a Lemon look unbeatable. Shallow seems to be good all series as well, and Kiernan, that is bread and butter for him. Simple double tap, bang it off the backboard. Shark fakes it, Panda just can't read it, and you just can't let him shoot that.
No, indeed, you cannot let Kieran on the ball with that much time and space. He is showing exactly what he is right now. One specialist with lots of top level trajectory experience. Oh, and that has to be the most unoptimal start that TPS could have been asking for.
We have seen TPS make the comeback this series, and as we see Tomster go back to that game 1 style of getting the demos, Panda, Kieran just gets the cut on the touch from the cut, and Tomster's in a 1v1. Can Shark defend it? A great 50 sends it to the post, and Shark gets the clear.
That was almost a goal, but the post denies that. Oh, this is going to be a very close game indeed. A very close affair. As we see Panda gets it past 1. Can he get it past the second? No. Shark with a brilliant challenge. Only his first Tomster.
We almost see TPS forcing the issue a little bit more this game, it seems. You know, trying to get a lot more offensive pressure, trying to, you know, not soak it up as much. And you've got to worry, does that cause them to concede more often in defense? And so far it does. Kieran manages to slot it perfectly off. He hits it into the ceiling, gets it over Panda, bar down. What a goal from Rob Kieran.
Kieran absolutely optimistic with the chances there, and he really just capitalizes when an opportunity appears, especially after Tomster maybe misreading the ceiling double just that bit. But again, we've seen it before, but in a game 7 scenario, 2-0 down, things are not looking good for TPS at all.
Can they make the comeback? Something similar happened, I believe it was game 5 or game 4, sorry. They were 2-0 down within about a minute 20 or minute 15, and they managed to make the comeback. This time they have 20 seconds less, however. 20 seconds is not the worst. You know, you can work with 20 seconds left. They just need to score early, and we see the pop-up for Tomster. Shark gets the interception. We've just seen a very good first-man challenges coming out from keeping it lemon. And defensively, they've looked just a lot more secure, less double commits so far this game 5, or game 7.
They really have indeed, and it's going to be interesting to see. Just under half the game to go, and Shane really in touch to send it around to, but no, the defense is more than able, and keeping 11 have just been phenomenal this game so far.
Just caught out, not really able to do anything, and Kieran gets the reset. Tomster with another great goal line save. It's what he's been doing this series. His defense, no matter what you say, was immaculate this series. He's truly put in one of the best performances this series from anyone in the lobby, arguably the best, and you hope for his sake that he therefore qualifies and wins this series. Gets it over 1, and Panda takes the 50. Will TPS be there to... They won't be able to... How is that not a goal? I don't understand. There have been a few scenarios like this game, and it's these moments that they need to score, that they need to put in the net, and they just haven't. And a minute 20 left, it's looking dire.
But as you say, it's looking dire. Panda shows up when it matters most. Oh, Shark just trying to get it around 1, but accidentally sends it to the next attack here. This is going to create for an interesting affair in the final minute, Closer.
Apologies, keeping it lemon. I'm new to casting, I forgot we could curse you. That is unlucky. A minute left. TPS, they have a bit of momentum, and Shane gets it over 1. Tomster back post, he slots it. The 2-goal comeback again. And we've seen the overtime record. This goes OT. Keeping 11 have yet to win in an overtime against TPS. My God.
It's only 12 seconds later. 12 seconds later, and they've got, within 12 seconds of in-game time, they've gone from, nearly 2-0 to 3-2, but it's still 2-all. As you can see, capitalization there. Well, that's a great touch there by Tomster rushing out, but Kieran, he's a man on a mission to make something happen. As we see Panda trying to get the pass infield, gets the 50 with Shark, can't do that much. As we see the ball hit downfield. Oh, and we're having some very high octane gameplay, and surely keeping 11 will be trying to send the kitchen sink and make sure this does anything but go to overtime, Glozer.
you've got to hope that they do with their current record. I mean, yet to win one. All their game losses have been in OT, and they've lost another 2-goal lead. This is where TPS thrive, and Panda gets the reset. He doesn't have any boost. Shane's there to score.
Oh my god!
3-2 in Game 7. The 2-goal comeback. TPS 20 seconds away from Gamerfest.
Overtime? Who needs overtime? TPS certainly don't. They have 20 seconds closer to... They were 3-1 up in the series. It is now Game 7, 3-all. But they are ahead in this game, 3-2. With a minute and a half, 1 minute 30 seconds remaining. Things looked all and out, but within 12 seconds they scored 2. And they are now about to qualify for the Gamerfest. Unless Kieran can make something happen, that is certainly must be it. Ball's kept up.
0 seconds. 0 seconds. Something has to happen. The ball is in Keeping It Lemon's half. Can they do anything? And Kieran manages to collect it. Shallows get the bump. The ball hits the floor. TPS with the upset in the qualifiers. And as we'll see, Keeping It Lemon going down to the lower bracket.
Oh, there is a second chance for Keeping It Lemon in this lower bracket to potentially still qualify for this Gamerfest LAN. But TPS on this day are your upper bracket victors, and no one before the series I don't think would have been saying TPS to win, especially in this fashion of a Game 7.
An incredibly close series. Keeping It Lemon, they did themselves proud. They must have thought that was a series that they should win, and they were favourites, but TPS just showed us with good structure, with a good head on your shoulders. It's hard to beat. And we will see them at Gamerfest because of this.
We will indeed. Again, we have to send our commiserations to Keeping It Lemon, but we'll give one final round of congratulations to TPS of Tomster, Panda, and Shallow, as they have secured their qualification, as you said, to the Gamerfest. And we'll be heading to a short break there, but don't go away, as we'll be coming back soon with our lower final, where we'll see Keeping It Lemon again try to qualify again for Gamerfest.
Just like the street lights lit this town, like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down. Can't be afraid to leave this out. We got this far, don't know how. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna let it rain. Tonight, we gonna let it rain. Tonight, we gonna let it rain. Just like the sunrise, we gonna let it rain. Just like a spark that's breaking out. Can't make a stop, can't turn back now. We know that there's no room for doubt. No, we can't turn back now. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna let it rain. Tonight, we gonna let it rain. Tonight, we gonna let it rain. Just like the sunrise, we gonna let it rain. Empty hearts and neon lights, they're playing with my mind. Gotta get out of here tonight. Oh, I wanna run off and fly. And I'll tell myself it's fine to be alone, just to find somewhere that finally feels like home. Oh, oh, oh. I hate all this overthinking. Oh, 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 oh. The more I swim, the more I'm sinking. Take me to a world of silver. No more heartbreaks, tears, painkillers. Take me somewhere unfamiliar. Bring me back to where we started out. Get me out of now, to where we started out. Get me out of now, to where we started out. La 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 la, oh, oh. Get me out of broken hearts and starting fights, turning truth to lies. Gotta get up, stop wasting time. Yeah, I wanna run off and fly. And I'll tell myself it's fine to be alone, just to find somewhere that finally feels like home. Oh, oh, oh. I hate all this overthinking. Oh, 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 oh. The more I swim, the more I'm sinking. Take me to a world of silver. No more heartbreaks, tears, painkillers. Take me somewhere unfamiliar. Bring me back to where we started out.
You and me, hanging from the willow tree, quietly drifting in the open breeze. Suddenly, the wind blows you away from me. Now I see we were never meant to be. If only we could travel back in time. Whoa, The seasons come and go like thoughts of you. Like a wave returns to the sea into the blue. They change but in a cycle that I can't lose. Each painful but delightful to live through. You came into my life just like another season. Not for long, just a time, just like another season. Maybe this time next year you'll reappear for no reason. But I'll cherish every day until you come my way this season. The seasons turn and change just like your mind.
Now, today, we see the lower bracket start. Sexy's making the run of Parable, Winter, and Shadow versus Keeping It Lemon, who we just saw play a very close series, versus TPS to see who qualifies for Gamersfest X RLI. I'm Gluzzer, and I'm with D Lynch.
Welcome. We are back in the series, and the players are quite clearly ignoring our directions, but they never seem to care. But look, I think we're not gonna delay this anymore. We're just gonna tell them to go because high level players never listen to the casters anyway. Who does? But it's gonna be a very interesting series here because, again, as we were saying, this keep it lemon side obviously very strong indeed, and probably should be comfortably winning this. But we said that about the last series too, was it?
We did say this about the last series too, and we just saw this Parable, Winter, Shadow team come from a lower bracket, and starting off 17 seconds in, and Kieran absolutely slots it to the right. Parable has to dodge the demo, just can't save it.
That was the absolute perfect start that they probably have been asking for, and yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. And I have a feeling, unless we can see some very, very clinical defense from Sexy's, it is going to potentially be a good few more goals in this game.
Indeed, we did see them play a very close lower bracket game before this, going to game 5 in the best of 5, almost beating the unofficial Trinity team, Nuss, Waffle, and Alex, also Miss Heavy. This Keeping a Lemon side, they had a little bit of time to recover off their last loss, get the mental clear, try and see what they were doing wrong. And as we see, Kieran rocking one towards net. Parable keeps it out.
Jack found the target but couldn't find the goal. The defender was just there perfectly waiting, and this Winter is Ruby, I think, in the Discord, but they're a bit of an unknown to a lot of the players here, potentially, so it's going to be interesting to see how well they can perform, potentially, with everything on the line and the nerves. But still, a minute and a half gone in this game, only one goal is the deficit, and relatively speaking, things are still going well for Sexy's.
Winter, as you said, not as well known. He is very often quite high on the ranked leaderboards, at least when it comes to Ireland, and Kieran is there to score the open net. Just caught out on defense. I don't even know what happened. Shark manages to beat one, gets the 50, and Winter just, maybe he didn't have a boost. He just couldn't read the ball.
Who knows, indeed, but see here, some kickoff shenanigans. As we see, we see Keep It Lemon love to try a few kickoff shenanigans every now and again, but if there's any player known for shenanigans on this pitch, it is my Parable, and we're going to see, can he try and spearhead this offense and try and make some stuff happen, as that's a great shot with Shark, who absolutely teamed with Parable at the most recent DC LAN. in that unfortunate grand final loss. It'll be interesting to see, can he try and get his revenge on two of these players here in Shallow and Kieran?
It is interesting indeed. We have seen Shark switch allegiances. We can get the parable for Rob Kieran. Shadow, and you see Shark come flying in over the top, just can't get his heart to connect with the ball. Arable, as you said, well known amongst the server, often competing in RLIS, the last land, in around in stuff like 6-mans, and Shallow tries to sneak it in near post. Winter is there for the save.
As you say that, no save ends up coming through, and Kieran gets his hat trick, and he's really proven the difference maker at the moment.
An uncharacteristic mistake. Winter, the unknown man, backflips and Parable, assuming his teammate has it, turns away, and the ball manages to sneak through. 3 goals up, 3 minutes in. Can Keeping a Lemon keep this lead? We've seen him struggle with 2-goal leads. Will the extra goal be the difference maker?
I think it will prove to be the difference maker, and I think it's going to be interesting to see how their presence goes. But as I say that though, my Parable cut the deficit by another goal, and he is really proving to be a spearhead at the moment on this offense.
Another mistake coming out. It's unfortunate, happens to the best of us. Rob Kiernan unluckily backflipping, and Shark also flipping, missing the ball. It's a struggle, and I thought that might begin. Kick off
shenanigans.
That goal would have been massive, cutting the lead down to 1, just almost 2 minutes remaining. Would have at least brought them very much back into this series, and as we see, Winter missed the ball, Kieran get it centre, Shadow gets it over Shallow, and we see Keeping a Lemon regain.
We do indeed, and a very respectable scoreline. 3 goals to 1 at the moment, and Shadow trying to find the pass infield. Winter's there, but more than capable on defense to deal with such a readable offensive maneuver.
I feel like... Sorry.
No, continue.
I feel like game 1 is very important for Sexies in terms of this, because we saw TPS manage to take the game 1 last time, bringing it all the way to 7. They started off strong and they ended strong, and you just can't afford to give Keeping a Lemon a lead in the series. They may throw leads in game, but I don't know if they'll do the same in the series.
No, we do not indeed. But then again, Sexies have not played a team nearly as good as this so far. I think they may have actually played, TPS earlier on in the bracket, and that's the closest they will get to a team of this kind of skill level, which, when 3 players who maybe don't have the most experience against each other with each other in Sexies, they will really need to get used to the high level mechanics and quality that these players have.
Not much threat being put on by Sexies with 10 seconds left. The game is slowly dying, and it just seems like they can't generate anything this game 1. As it stands, will go to Keeping a Lemon, unless no last second shenanigans. Keeping a Lemon managed to hold off and win the game 3-1. A good start to the series for them.
A good start indeed, with Kieran proving to be the critical factor for this Keeping it Lemon side. 3 goals, and Fireball doing more than his own fair share of offense and defense for Sexies, and it's going to be really interesting to see if this Sexies team can potentially show themselves a bit better account of what we know that they have in the back of their locker.
Exactly, an unfortunate game 1 start, but it is only game 1. It's a best of 7, a long series. They have time to regain. And if I were them, I feel like this game is a massive turning point in the series. You don't want to go down 2-0. And I think for Keeping a Lemon, if they go up 2-0, they might start to feel a little bit more comfortable and show that prowess that they have, mechanically and as a team.
But as you say that, the Caster's curse begins, and it goes straight the other way with a great 50 by Winter. And Parable, there to capitalise, and brilliant. They're leading this game.
Winter absolutely world-class 50 from him, manages to shoot it right across goal and Parable. Reflexes like a cat, manages to be there to get the tap in. Harder tapping than it looks.
It really is. It was coming across so quickly, so it's very hard to determine exactly where you need to be, but then it is brilliantly capitalized. As we see though, Kieran trying to find the double tap. Winter is there. And Winter's been quite impressive being in the right place at the right time, especially with that goal earlier, as we've seen. Shallow showing off those mechanics. Shark can't find the double, and Kieran hits off the backboard. And they will probably end up ruining that chance, I feel, for keeping it lemon, as they really should be taking those chances.
They didn't need to overcomplicate it, but as I said it, back to basics. Kieran with a world-class read, Shark with a smart demo, great pass, or Shadow with a great pass. It's as simple as they like it. Great attack from Kitty and
It really is a great attacking game. Has been finally equalised, and it felt like it was only a matter of time with the amount of attacking pressure that was being put on by Keep It Lemon. As he's Shallow on the ball, and it takes 2 defenders to keep it out, but the ball is out, and they can finally try and press this downfield. As Winter beats the last man, 1v1 with Shadow, but he can't, and this leaves Shallow 1v1 with Parable. But we've seen him in these opportunities before. We know Parable can expertly deal with 1v1 situations.
we do indeed. His defense is arguably one of the best in the lobby, you know. He is also a member of TUD like Shane, as we saw in the last series. And as we see Kieran with the double tap off the top, he lets it roll down the backboard, and it's just there to slot it in. What a goal from Rob Kieran.
That was absolutely brilliant to read the drop down, and again Kieran popping up a lot when it matters, and he is really spearheading this team right now, Buzzer.
Yeah, 5 goals has Keeping a Lemon scored, 5 goals has Rob Kieran scored, and as we see that, he sends it down to Shallow. The goal is relatively open, but Winter with a great save, and Kieran just can't put it in.
No, he cannot, but Parable is just everywhere on defense right now. I feel like he always ends up being in this right place, right time, just as his team needs. But we see him again on offense with the ceiling shot, and Parable can't make anything happen. As we see something magical happen there, that's a great pass by Winter. Parable coming out from the squishy on the through the opponent's net and redirects it into the net. That is brilliant by my Parable.
What great pressure coming out from Winter there. He presses up right on the counter attack, manages to stop the attack in its tracks, slots it center. Shallow is not there to get the intercept, and Parable coming out just from their own goal and slots it bottom corner. Not much you can do to defend that.
No, there is not much indeed you can do, especially in those type of situations though. But what they really need to do is lock down this defense and not give any easy goals away like that one, especially when they work so hard to get there to equalize. They give away the lead just like that.
Just not what you want to see. It's a simple, heavy touch, and they're there to counter on it. It's these simple goals you really don't want to give up to Keeping a Lemon.
No, indeed. If you give them simple goals, they will absolutely walk all over you. As we see Shadow though, trying to make something happen. That's a great challenge by Winter. Can't force it infield to the line, my Parable, in weight.
Gets the ball centre to Winter, who taps it back up. Parable and Zero, who's can't get the win. He's now to demoed. Shadow forced to put a shot on, which will easily be saved by Kieran. Shark brings the ball into the sky. That's where he's best. Just gets caught out by Parable with the great early challenge.
Great early challenge indeed. Let's see Winter tries to hit it to the backboard, but Shark is waiting. Only as far as Shadow, trying to get the corner read. Oh, that's a great challenge by Kieran. The net is wide open, but will he be able to score? And he finds the pass infield for Shark, and that is easy as you like.
That is his first goal of the series so far from Shark. Just, I don't know if it was in or not. It seems like Winter might have been there to turn it in. And it's a simple goal to give up, and it's one you don't want to give up. You can't be caught over committing him. this desperate nature, we saw TPS handle the being down way better in my opinion. They didn't overcommit. They played structured Rocket League. They played quality Rocket League, and as a result, they took last series. And will the Sexies be able to take from them and go back to basics, play well structured defense?
It'll be interesting to see, because this game, obviously, while important in the grand text of this whole series, it would only put keeping 11 2-0 up in the series, which means there's still plenty of time for Sexies to try and get their momentum back, as they're currently 5-2 down. There's a nice little pass by Kieran off the backboard down to Shark.
What a shot! What a pass! And what a pass before that as well. This is where you look at keeping 11s. They are just three very high quality players, and once they get in their mojo, it's hard to break them down and hard to stop them. They will go for these outplays and they will most likely succeed. See game 2 go their way.
It is crazy indeed to figure out what is going to potentially happen for Sexies, because they really need to just fix a bit of everything. I suppose they need to be a bit more clinical on offense, and they just need to be careful not to give these clinical chances away to keep it 11, because if they get those easy kind of 1v1 chances, more often than not, they're going to take them.
Exactly this, and as we see the game most likely coming to a close, bar some miracle, keeping it Sexies will be 2-0 in the series, or keeping it Lemon will be 2-0 in the series, and we have to give credit to Sexies, where credit is due. They have played well, especially that game for the start. They got 2 very good goals. Their defense was quality, and they just got caught out a few times, got outplayed a few times, and they're going to struggle to keep a clean sheet. So we do need to see what they can do on offense.
And we will just be find out to see how that does turn out. But again, while the scoreline was a lot bigger than game 1, I do feel like that Sexies were probably playing a bit better style of Rocket League than what we might have seen in game number 1 in comparison.
Yeah, I think especially you have to look at Winter there. His passing and his 50s were definitely a lot better. He had a defensive mistake or two in game 1, which seems to have been ironed out, and he's just looked to me like a much more quality player. What you'd expect of him, almost, even though he is a bit of an unknown.
Yes, because obviously, in comparison, all the others we do know, as we are currently missing one player from the lobby, who Shallow has just joined back.
He was
he DC'd.
He was DC'd.
There's no calls for a remake at this moment, so I think both teams are just happy to play away. Parable did take a second before starting any sort of attack to level out in fairness, which we do love to see in the best interest of this lobby.
Yep, good sportsmanship coming out from Sexies. It does seem like we will be playing on. No calls, as you said, and both teams look to be going full speed. And as I say that, Shallow spikes the ball into the Sexies net. 37 seconds in, and keeping a Lemon taking the lead once again.
The player that had DC'd had rejoined, and he has proved the difference maker in that opening goal, and that is not the start the Sexies would have wanted, and they're really going to have to start picking up the pace if they want any chance to qualify for this Gamerfest land.
I think they just have to try and play full confidence, make sure they don't overcommit, but full confidence nonetheless. You do have to worry though, coming back from a lead. We've only seen them score twice, I believe, this series, both coming from very similar plays. And as I say this, the counter-attack is on. Winter, can he get the ball centre? Shark gets the clearance. They just don't have a third man to come in and try and reform the play. Gives keeping a Lemons time to reposture on defense.
Does indeed. As we see though, the ball is more than capably handled in defense. But as I say that, it's passed straight to my Parable with the beautiful 1v1 air dribble, and this game is equalised by the expertise of my Parable.
The big TUD man himself. Another goal in the series. He is the only one to score for Sexy so far. He has a 1 goal, 1 shot, and this game, he's just looked very good this entire series. Very solid, very good defensively, very good offensively. And as they say, Winter takes a shot, kept out by, by keeping lanes.
Now you're starting to see a lot more pressure being put on by Sexies, which is exactly what we want to see. Because if the more they're on offense, is the less amount of time that Keeping Lemon is on offense, which is where their strengths really lie with all these super mechanical players that can do so much here. As we see the double air dribble effort by the teammates at once from Keeping Lemon.
If you're looking at keeping our Sexies, their boost counter is high, and we are in a bit of a boost wasteland this series. A lot of very mechanical players all want access to boost so they can perform said mechanics. As we see that Shallow gives away the ball, Parable starts an air dribble into the corner. Can he do anything? He just can't get something going from it, and Shark gets the pass to Shallow. Keeping a Lemon have double committed. Seems like they'll be able to regain.
Seems that way indeed. As we are waiting, tries to find the ball infield for Keeping Lemon, but no. Fireball booms it downfield. Shadi was up there. Will he score? No, but he forces the ball midfield. Back to Shadi once again, trying to stay on it, but Shallow intercepts said maneuver. Well, that's a bit of a whiff on the midfield by Kieran, which doesn't relieve any said pressure from Sexies whatsoever.
Exactly, Shadi, first few games maybe was a little bit more quiet, especially probably the most quiet from the Sexies roster. And I think this kind of confidence, jumping at their backboard, going for the 50s, playing high octane, it is what they need from him, Try and help create space for Parable, try and help, defensively with Winter and Parable. And as I say this, the ball comes across the Winter, shots easily dealt with.
It is indeed, but we're still 1-1 in this game, which you'd have to say Sexies, they would be very happy with if you told them this after the last game, and they were 5-2 down. Shallow trying to make some magic happen, but can't. And it is a very tight affair indeed, Closer.
It is indeed. As we see Sexies, a minute left, and it's a draw. To them, they want to bring it to OT, I'd say. It's scary to lose this game. It's 3-0 down in a best of 7, You do have to worry if you are them. A reverse sweep is something that most cannot even contemplate trying to do. Most fear having to try and do, and it seems like a make it or break it for Sexies. As we say it, Keeping Lemon do have pressure offensively. They get the clear, although Parable not high on boost, and their defense seems a little bit disrupted. Winter managed to get to 50 out.
That was a great touch by Sark, but only as far as Winter. So just leave it for his teammate Kieran. And Parable proving a real big difference maker, being a rock for this team right now in both offense and defense. Parable seems to be everywhere. That was a great pass by Shark, but tries to force Parable's own goal, but can't make it happen. And that's a great shot by Kieran, and that is going to put any hopes to bed in this game number 3.
The gut punch. Parable flicks it into the side wall. Kieran, out of nowhere, slots it top left or top right, sorry, and there's just no one home to defend it.
No, none whatsoever. There's still 12 seconds remaining, so there is this chance for Sexies to make this happen. But as the clock's ticking down, it is looking ever and ever less likely. As we see here, Shadow trying to make something happen. Pass down to Winter, but that's a great intercept from Shallow. And Keeping It Lemon have taken this game number 3.
Quadruple match point. That is what Keeping It Lemon has. They are one win off, going to Gamerfest and seeing if they can get revenge against TPS. Will they do it? Or will Sexies do the unthinkable, the unimaginable, pull off the reverse sweep?
We will have to wait and find out from this game next to see can it happen. Live stage finals is the prize for the winner of this series, and considering how close Keeping It Lemon was in that upper bracket to it against TPS, they are on a mission. They will be laser focused in to try and take this series and get the job done as quickly as possible.
Exactly this, and as we see, a slightly strange kickoff strategy coming out from Keeping Lemon. Their confidence seems to be at, highest we've seen. They did seem quite nervous against TPS, a team that was very, very comfortable taking in the pressure. Probably more so than this Sexy's roster. And as I say this, simple as you like, ball comes into the corner, comes out to Kieran, shoots it with so much power, and Shallow is just disrupting, annoying Winter on the goal line. And while he does manage to get the touch, I don't even know if it mattered. I don't know if Winter was bumped. And as we see one goal up with 18 seconds in.
He probably was bumped a small bit, Winter, but again, Shallow does well to get the disruption play, and it's easy as you like. And that's a big fake out by the duo together of Kieran and Shallow. And the defender gets absolutely sent. 2-0. Things are not looking good in this game number 4.
Shark with the assist there. I mean, don't really know what much he did. Shallow was the main man with that play. Probably didn't get as much credit as he deserved. What a great fake, what a smart fake coming in from him. Kicking with the pre-jump, Shallow off the ceiling. Shark's ready to press up against Parable. And the ball is gone into Keeping Lemon's net. Maybe they are too comfortable is the question. Winter, icy as you like, catches them out, catches Kieran out, and slots it into their net.
That is exactly what Sexys would need right now, because they are a bit down and out as it stands. But another goal could put him right back in it, as we see here though. Kieran and Shark double coming in a small bit. Kieran trying to get the muscle flick downfield. It is now a 3v1 opportunity for Sexys. Can they make something happen? They're going for the bump. Farvel hits the crossbar and can't capitalise. That was an absolute golden opportunity for Sexys.
And it seems down the other way. Sexys managed to get themselves somewhat postured for the defence. But even then, you just have to score. It's a hard one, a 1v3, almost harder than people realise. The pressure of being in a 1v3, you just feel like you need to almost overcomplicate it a little bit. They just couldn't get it in, and it's a big opportunity, and it's these big opportunities that Sexys need to be scoring.
They really do need to be scoring this up if they have any chance of this. As we see there though, that was a brilliant save, but I think it was absolutely saved by Keeping It Lemon player in the end, as they were trying to all bundle on the goal line, and Kieran backwards take off, and the disrespect by Kieran reversing. The reverse only challenge as it stands right now, and Parable couldn't save it. Probably a bit distracted by Shallow, lying in wait near as well, and 3-1. The odds are looking less and less likely.
It's something that you just cannot allow to happen, being pressured in. They were lucky to survive at first, and the more pressure they absorb, the more likely they are to concede in. Shallow with the turtle. Just disrespectful, unnecessary in my opinion. And kicking is backwards. This is some true high confidence gameplay from Keeping It Lemon.
It really is. They know they're the better players, and they know that they have the opportunity to be able to throw on a bit of their flair right now, a bit of the magic that they once had. As we see that though, the ball gets flies straight to Parable, and he capitalizes easily on that opportunity, and still only a 1-goal game, does it?
Exactly, 1-goal game, They might be confident, but overconfidence is a serious issue, and if they lose this, sure, you're 3-1 up still, but you lose the next one, and you maybe even lose the one after that, and their mental didn't seem strong, to me at least, in the last game, and it almost might mean that they do somewhat have to win this game. They just can't afford to be overconfident. The job is not finished, in the words of Kobe Bryant. The job is not finished.
The job is not finished. And it wouldn't be a stream. We nearly see the lovely airdrop bump though, but it did not come out. And this would not be a lovely stream for Chinklers without an NBA quote. It would not be needed. Is that in? It's off the crossbar, but Winter capitalizes it. Maybe a bit too much trolling is happening right now from keeping it 11, and Sexies, they're right back in this.
This is exactly it. I mean, this is almost, prophesized. Like, Winter has, I think, if there's one takeaway you could have from this series for Sexies, it is how good this Winter guy is. He's had a great performance so far. He's, in game 2 we had the link-up plays with Parable. He's looked defensively pretty strong in the last few games, and this game so far he scored 2. And as we see, another counter-attack from Sexies. Shadow goes for the double, he just can't read it. And is this going the other way?
We will wait and find out, as there is a minute and 20 seconds remaining. As I'm a bit confused right now as I think yes, my little co-host has returned. Welcome back, Buzzer.
I want to make clear, I did not move myself. A bit of trolling coming out here. As we see Kieran air dribble down the pitch, go for the reset, and Parable gets the clear down, and Shallow again. We've seen him do this a few times. He gets it past one at least, goes for the pogo or the plan B or some in the freestyling community. And we see Winter grab the ball in his own corner. Can he get it around one? No, he can't. Kieran reads the fake. Shallow there to play the 50. Just we see Sexies just not be able to get anything from that attack.
We'll have to wait and find out. There's 20 seconds remaining. They really want to put this to bed, as it's a great shot by Shallow, but Winter more than able to save it. And keep it 11. I think they might be a bit nervous. They don't tend to like overtime, Scuzzer. So we'll have to wait and see. If this does go to overtime, it could be the demise, the beginning of the end for Keep It 11.
0-3, what we saw in the last series once it went to overtime. There is not as much pressure on Sexies as there is on Keeping It Lemon. There's arguably no pressure on them both. This is as free flow Rocket League as you'll get. Keeping It Lemon, they want to close out the series. Sexies want to prolong it. And we see somewhat of an attack come out. Shadow going for what seems to be some sort of psycho. Shark senders it. Shallow is there. Arable. Strong defense from the TUD man.
Brilliantly strong defense. As you see though, that could be the end of the means, and Kiernan finds the final goal, and that is it for the road. That is the win for Keep It Lemon. Shark, Shallow, and Kiernan. They will be representing again at the Gamerfest live stage finals, where they will be taking on their old nemesis, TPS.
And that is a rematch. And going off the last one, we have to assume it'll be a good one. On LAN and everything, it's a must-watch, in my opinion. As we saw, a great match. Sexies definitely performed very respectable, at the very minimum. They were never the favourites. They were as much of an underdog as you can be. And bringing games close, goal game, the game before, which is 5-2, which the scoreline doesn't really reflect how close it was, and now in overtime, you gotta wonder what happens if they do it earlier. They just start off a little faster, maybe they even get the upset.
Who knows? That is something that is in history. Maybe an alternative universe, who knows? But I think that is the end of our stream today. We have our two teams that have qualified for the Gamerfest live stage finals in TPS of Tom Sturt, Panda, and Shane, and they will be facing Keeping It Lemon in Shallow, Kiernan, and Shark. And that'll be happening live next Saturday, October the 21st, I believe. If I can get my dates correct, it is. And we will be going to see you there live from the RDS. And I'd just like to thank you, Gluzzer, and thank our lovely admin for this evening, CK, and obviously our streamer and production behind the scenes in our lovely admin, Rory. And I just want to thank you again, Gluzzer, for joining me on the cast today.
Thank you for having me on the cast today. It was an honor, Mr. D. Lynch.
Thank you, and
Gone somewhere and dyed my hair now. Wanna be alone. It's much to bear and you don't care. And got you in my sight. I keep all the words you said to me. I get you, get you, get you, get you on your knees. Rewrite all the things you said that I should be. I'll get you, get you, get you. Now you beg me, please. Hey. Now I stay away. You were never meant to say.